Hi, I'm Chris with My Green Earth LLC, and today I'm here with Brian and Liz, who are proud new owners of a Tesla Model S. And yes, I'm very jealous. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Good. So tell me a little bit about your experience of buying the car.
So it's unlike buying any other car out there
That's
because
what I've heard.
yeah, you don't
Yeah.
go to a showroom, you don't pick out a car that's on a lot
They
somewhere.
don't have dealerships anywhere.
Yeah,
so.
there's no dealership. So you go online, and that's where you kind of first get your first exposure. They do have some showrooms. There's one up in Chicago where you can go and look at one
Two in
physically.
Chicago, I think.
Well, there's a showroom and then there's a service center.
Oh, okay, that's what
Yep.
it is.
So you go up there, you can look at the car there, you can schedule test drives, but then when it comes time to actually order the car, you order it online. You configure what you want the car to look like, order it online, and they deliver it to your doorstep.
Well, it's a reservation process first.
Right.
Because there is a long queue, so at a minimum you got to put $5,000 down. And when it comes your time, they'll give you a notification. That's when you actually configure your car.
Yeah.
They build it, they let you know the process, and when it's ready, they do front door delivery.
So how was it like getting it delivered? Just shows up on the truck, or did they make a deal out of it?
So you can get direct delivery, and it'll come on one of those carrier trucks, or you can get a personal delivery specialist delivery, and in that case, they send it down on its own carrier behind a truck, and you get a DS from Tesla who takes about 2 hours, walks you through everything about the
Delivery
car.
specialist.
Yes, the
DS.
delivery specialist,
Okay.
and
They're
you
doing
really
so long
need
of
it.
acronyms.
Because there's a lot of new things about this car. I mean, there's so much stuff that's controlled by the touch screen that you just need to understand before you actually get out there and start driving the car.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things is, well, like my car has the rear view camera, but it only works when you're in reverse. And I've heard you can have this one on anytime you want, taking up just a portion of the big 17-inch LCD.
Right, so the 17-inch touchscreen actually has 4 sections. It has a top section, which is where your icons are for quick nav. There's a bottom section where your climate controls and volume for your radio are. And then in the center is the big part of the screen. And you can either have that as one big giant screen, or you can split it and have it as 2 separate little screens where you can have 2 different things displayed.
Very cool. So what's it like to drive this compared to previous cars, and what did you have previous? What did you replace?
So this is, for me, it's replacing my Subaru Baja.
It's a big step.
It's
Yeah,
a big
big
step.
step.
We also own a 2012 Mustang, his little car.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, my cameraman over here is a big Mustang guy. He's got three,
Yep.
two,
Two. Yeah, this,
two now, that's right.
I'll stick with one.
right. And the Mustang is fun to drive. I mean, you got that throaty roar, the shifting, all
Right.
of that is fun. This car is fun in a totally different way because you've got 100% of your torque as soon as you hit the accelerator, and there's no wait between the time you hit the accelerator and the time you feel that torque.
So you're wearing out the tires?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Actually, the traction control is extremely good on this.
Is it?
You can't
Yes.
chirp the tires if you have it on. It hooks up instantly. I mean, that's pretty much the best way to say it. Unlike a gasoline engine, you're not controlling fire.
Right.
You're controlling electrons, so it's really accurate as far as getting the traction to hook up. So you floor it, and it actually just holds you right to the seat. I mean, it does not let go till you let go because there's no gears, so it's just a differential on the back. One reduction gear, really, that's it. So there's no shifting. You could be at 65 miles an hour, and if you hit the throttle, it's going to pin you to the seat just instantaneously because it doesn't have to spool up at all.
And it's very, very quiet, I assume.
Very quiet. If you're in
Very
the back,
quiet.
if you're in the back seat, you can actually hear a tiny whine really when you floor it. But from the
Little
front,
turbine sound.
yeah, it's really hard to hear it from the front. It's like because the motor's over the rear axle, so it's way back there. You don't hear it.
Makes me think of a movie. I don't know if you guys remember it, where guy dies in a car accident and he comes back in this Dodge something. It's Charlie Sheen. The Wraith. That's it.
We watched
Charlie
that a few
Sheen, Charlie
months
Sheen,
ago.
Yeah,
We actually watched that.
yeah.
So you get just a tiny little bit of that sound, huh?
Yep. Yeah, my
Tiny bit. It's even quieter than his car. It's like, I mean, you probably heard when I pulled it here, you didn't hear anything. It's just,
No, nothing.
if you're walking along, I could come behind you and kind of just nudge you on the leg, and you wouldn't even know I'm there till I hit you.
Yeah.
it's the stealth car.
Yeah, really. You should get it all black then. Oh, I like the blue a lot. Blue's actually my favorite car color, but I've only owned one blue car ever.
My husband's convinced that's the only color of car I'll
Ah.
ever
What
buy.
was her previous car? Was blue?
I've had a lot of blacks. That's my fourth black car, I think. Well, it'll be interesting to compare this because I've had several BMWs and I've got this Cadillac now, so they're all luxury sports cars, and I know this is the same type of car in
Same
that way.
class.
Same
Mhm.
class, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, they like to say that it's comparable to like a 5 Series.
Or an M5.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking to somebody else who drove it, and he said it's more like a 7 Series BMW. It's got a lot of amenities inside.
Yeah, I love
So-
the 7 Series. I almost bought one a couple times.
Well, it's comparable in price to a 7 Series.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, that's
but-
true.
But
Yeah,
you get
I
a lot
almost
more
bought
out of it, I
them
think.
used.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get a nice little fob. That's your whole key right there. Too,
Yeah, that's
so
pretty cool.
There's nothing.
Yeah,
no
if
keys,
you
no
didn't
nothing,
see
no
that,
digital.
it's shaped just like the
So-
car.
No, here we go. It's like a little matchbox. Just having the proximity to it. If I were to walk up to this, the door handles will come out because it has a tech package on here. So as you can see, the door handles retract for aerodynamic purpose.
Right.
And as you walk up, they will retract. You can sit here. It has your regular controls. You can do all that kind of stuff too. Another thing is, I don't know if you want to see that.
Oh, the front.
Here's something interesting too is it doesn't have an engine under the hood either. So, oh, yeah.
The door handles.
Normally it didn't fully lock because I wasn't far away, but as you walk away, you get about 10, 12 feet away from it. The door handles retract, it locks itself. As you walk back up, you get about 2, 3 feet away, and the door handles come back out. So
Okay.
a lot of high tech stuff. This
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, well, let's get in and check it out.
Yep, we'll do the fun part now.
Okay, one quick thing we wanted to cover here was charging.
Yeah.
Why don't you show us the charge port and tell us about what you need at home?
Okay, so what we have at home is a 240, basically a dryer plug that we've had installed in the garage. And basically every night when I come home, I just plug the car in, kind of treat it like my cell phone. And by the time I wake up in the morning, it's fully charged.
Okay, great. How long does it take?
If I were to completely drain the battery and want it to go completely full, it would be about 9 hours. Still a night's sleep. In most cases, it's a couple hours because I don't drive that far during a day.
Okay. Is it better, I know on cell phones they tell you it's better to almost deplete it and then charge it all the way back up. Does it make any difference or not?
So Tesla tells you to try to charge every time, every night, because there's actually an optimal charge rate for the battery, and that's 85%. So they have two actual charging modes. You have a standard charging mode, which is what you use on a daily basis, and that will charge the battery up to 85% capacity. If you're going to take a long trip, however, and you need to have that additional range, then you switch it over and you do a max charge, which will fill it 100%.
Okay, great. Why don't you open up the charge port and let's see that.
Being a Tesla, you can use your phone to control stuff. So right there, you can open the charge port via your phone. You will get the current rating on your battery here. It shows right now we have 160 miles left. If I wanted to, you'd plug in the charger. You can set it. Right here is the max range, and the standard range she was talking about. I could move this over. Right there gives you a warning because it's a lithium-ion battery. It's not always good to always fully charge a lithium-ion. So it gives you a warning. And, yeah,
It's not going to do that because it's not plugged in.
yeah, it's not plugged in right now. But it gives you a warning. You can swap it back to standard later. So if you're doing like a road trip that's long, you'd give it the max range so you can get all the way to your next destination so you can charge.
And it gives you feedback too. So if you
Mhm.
notice right now, it's flashing blue, and that means it's not plugged in. When we plug it in and it's charging, it'll actually flash green. And when it's done charging, it goes solid green.
Okay.
And if by some chance you plug it in but you don't have it all the way in, it'll sense that you're trying to charge it and it turns yellow, so you know that you don't have it all the way in.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Mhm.
Quick, easy feedback that anybody can understand.
Well, the Tesla plug is proprietary too. It's probably one of the more elegant solutions. Most of these look like some kind of military spec engineered big bulky plug. This one is very smooth. The plug on it, the cable you get has a button actually on the plug. If we were to have it here, you can actually put the cable near it, press the button, the door will open. You don't even need to have your phone or go inside.
Yep.
So that's another nice thing. It plugs in really easy and smooth. It locks itself. So if you were to lock your car and stuff, you can't disconnect it so somebody can unplug you.
Now, if you get in and it's plugged in, does it tell you you have to unplug?
Yes.
You can't drive off.
Yep.
You cannot drive off while charging.
You can't do the whole gas.
No, no.
Yep.
Okay. Now I think you said you can open
You
the,
have
show
the
the
fob
handles from your
Yep. I got a.
phone.
Okay. Let's. Well,
So,
see if I can do it from the phone.
so we've got lots of ways to open the doors. So with ours, if we just approach it with the key fob, it'll open. Otherwise, we can double click on the key fob and it'll open. We can also open it from the app.
Okay. There's a lock. I had to lock it because we're kind of close. Let's see if I unlock it now.
So it'll
Unlock.
unlock it
There we go.
Ah,
and the
very
door
cool.
handles come out.
I like that.
Again, another one of the safety features too, because if the car's locked, it's really hard for somebody to break into the car. They can't jimmy the door handles.
Okay, great.
On a hot day, it's kind of nice too. You can, if you look at the roof, I should be able to vent it from here. If you wanna- So say it's really hot out. It's like Missouri hot. It's 110. Your cabin's getting really hot because you can actually look in here and see your cabin temperature from your phone. So you can sit there and vent the roof a little bit for a while, let the cabin temperature come back, and say it vented enough, or it's raining, you can close it back up. You don't have to. You can be anywhere because my phone is connected with a data plan. The car is connected with 3G. I could be out in California and vent my roof if I needed to. So if you take a long trip and your car's at the airport, you can even check it too.
Oh, great. Very cool.
And that was one of the things that we forgot to show you. If you want to walk around here. Another nice feature is, again, I said that we control everything from inside the car. So if I want to open my sunroof, I go to my sunroof, and unlike most of them, you got the little buttons up here, things. All I do is I go, okay, I want to open it that far.
Oh, that's cool. And it showed a percentage. It showed like 69%, so it won't quite open all the way.
Right. And the same thing, if I want to close it, I can drag it to close it, or I can just say close.
Very cool. And it's a good sized sunroof.
It is. It is actually one of the largest sunroofs on the market right now. And if we go all the way open, you get a lot of light.
Very cool. Unfortunately, it's not raining right now.
Fortunately, it's not, but I'm going to close it because it looks like it might.
Okay, thanks a lot.